Robin Bensley. Welcome to Chow Time. This is kind of a special edition of Chow Time because I am just outside of Savannah, Georgia, with Turner's Creek in the background, and I happen to be sitting at Uncle Bubba's Seafood and Oyster House, and this is my special guest for Chow Time.
Hey,
how
Robin.
do you do?
I'm fine. How are
Uncle
you doing?
Bubba?
Good.
Well,
Let's get a little closer.
Oh, what the heck?
Yeah, in the
All
South,
right.
you know, we like to hug.
Well, I have to, of course, right off the top, mention that you are the baby brother of Paula Deen, Food Network star.
Don't forget, baby brother.
Baby brother.
Don't confuse me with the oldest.
Oh, no, I
I'm
wouldn't
not.
do that.
She's the oldest.
Okay.
She's my big sister. It's just the two of us.
So she beat you up a lot as a child.
Oh, look at my ears. She pulled them so much. They're sticking out.
Who's the better cook, you or Paula?
Oh, there's no doubt. Paula is.
Really?
Yes. Is that your phone or mine?
Okay, here we are at your oyster house,
Yep.
which you co-own with your sister Paula.
Correct.
Okay. The only thing I know about oysters is I love to eat them. Both raw and steamed and all that. Are there like lots of different kinds?
Of oysters?
Yeah.
Well, we buy our oysters from the Gulf of Mexico, and there's 3 regions that we get ours from: Florida, Louisiana, and Texas. Mm-hmm. And during the fall and winter, the oysters are a little more plump because of the cooler weather.
Oh.
During the spring and summer, they're a little smaller because of the hotter water temperatures. But, you know, the old myth about only eat oysters with the letter R in the month,
yeah,
that's an old myth, Robin.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, because we have refrigeration now. These oyster growers in Florida, they harvest oysters year-round.
Very interesting.
But we have a way of that we cook them here that you've never had before, I bet. It's called Uncle Bubba's char-grilled oyster.
Char-grilled?
Char-grilled.
Never had them that way.
We put them on the half shell, put them on the grill, and we take some clarified garlic butter and grated Parmesan cheese. Very easy, three ingredients: the oyster, the great Parmesan cheese, and the clarified butter. And you grill them, and we put the butter in like a squirt bottle. Mm-hmm. So when you squirt it on the oysters, the butter gets down on the coals and it flames. And then you add your cheese to it and melt the cheese. And oh my God, serve it with your favorite French bread. It is out of this world.
When I say childhood food memories,
okay,
what vision pops into your mind?
Oh gosh, I love the weekends, because every weekend as a kid, our mom and dad would go to a friend's house, and we were always cooking out, you know, chickens, ribs, fried fish, just good old, you know, southern food like that. And our grandmother used to make me and my sister something that we loved.
What?
Fried chitlins.
Chitlins. Those are pork skin parts and stuff.
That's the intestines of a pig.
Oh, the intestines of a pig.
She, like I said, she could clean them to like no other woman I'd ever met. And, she introduced us to some interesting foods. Yeah.
Have you ever tried, by the way, squirrel?
No, but
because that's a southern thing, kind of, isn't it?
Well, I take that back. I have been hunting before, mm-hmm. and me and a cousin we were in the boat fishing, and he had his .22 rifle. Now I'm a real redneck, okay?
Okay.
I was catching a bass, and he said, "Oh look, there's a squirrel." So he went over to the bank, paddled over to the bank, got the squirrel, got the bass, carried it back to the camp on an open fire, and for breakfast we had eggs, squirrel, and fresh bass.
Kind of an odd surf and turf.
Yes, but you know, when you're out in the woods, you get hungry.
Well, you know, other than good southern food, what other cuisine in the world would you say that you enjoy?
Well, I like country cooking first.
Yeah.
You know, like our country seafood, and our fried chicken and collard greens and mashed potatoes and, you know, fresh peas and stuff like that. And I guess my next favorite type of food is probably Louisiana cooking.
I mean, is there any, like, French cuisine ever in your diet, or Italian, or... No, you just really...
If I can't pronounce it, I don't like it.
Let's say you had to eat one dish for a month solid, and that's all you could eat, what dish would you choose?
All right, let's see. I love chicken. In chicken, you can make all different types of ways. I could live off of chicken for a month.
For 1 month?
Yeah.
Do you have a sweet tooth?
Yeah, I sure do. Oh, I love sweets, too. We make a key lime pie here to just knock your socks off. And I've always got my finger in the pie in the kitchen. Pecan pie, Granny Paul's sour cream pound cake that we turn into like a shortcake.
Yeah.
We'll put strawberries and the strawberry juice and vanilla ice cream and homemade whipped cream on it. Oh my goodness! And then a chocolate creme brulee.
Oh.
Yeah. That's the only French thing. Is that French?
It is.
Okay, that's the only French thing I eat. 'Cause
See?
I can pronounce that one, see.
This is one of my favorite questions to ask, and I can't wait to hear your answer.
Oh, my goodness.
But let's say you could sit down and have a beer and a couple of oysters with anyone from history. Anyone
My
from
history?
Any history whatsoever.
My
You can
history.
go back.
You know what I'd love to do?
What?
I'd love to sit down with all my deceased family and have a beer and oysters, you know.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
Yeah, I'd love to. Going back to my grandfather. My grandfather died when I was 11. My father died when I was 12. And our mother died when I was 16. So Paula finished raising me. But I'd love to have a lunch or dinner with family.
Typically for Chow Time, I do a recipe.
Okay.
This is kind of a special one because you're my special guest today. And I'm just wondering, kind of off the top of your head, all my recipes are easy and they're always interesting.
All right.
And can you give our viewers an Uncle Bubba recipe?
I don't know if it's an Uncle Bubba recipe, but you know, we live here in the Low Country, and we do something here in the Low Country. It's called a Low Country boil. That's B-O-I-L. I know I don't pronounce it quite right for you Northerners. Y'all call it boil.
Boil.
I just call we in the South. You know, we kind of cut our words off. I call it boil, but it's only 4 or 5 ingredients.
Okay.
Some fresh shrimp. Some little short corn on the cob.
Okay.
Some red potatoes. And some of your favorite sausage. And you take a big outside steaming kettle, you know, that you see at Kmart and all that kind of place, and you put water in it. And
Is that like one of the ones for that you could deep fry a turkey in?
Right, but you don't put oil, you put water.
Oh, even better.
Same thing, but you put water in it. And you put first thing you want to start with are your potatoes. And the first thing we do is we season the water, and we love Old Bay.
Old Bay
seasoning. Do y'all have Old Bay?
We do.
Okay. Season your water with Old Bay. Then you start with your potatoes because they're going to have to cook the longest.
Okay.
And then sausage is usually already pre-smoked, so you can put your sausage and your corn at the same time. And when your potatoes get ready, then you drop your shrimp. And, you know, when you drop those shrimp, it don't take about 2 or 3 minutes. When they turn pink, then you set you up a table, put newspaper on it, and that kettle has an inside basket, you know, with all the holes in it. You just lift that up and just dump it all out on the table, hand out paper plates, put some more Old Bay seasoning on top, and tell everybody to come dig in.
So all those ingredients and just Old Bay seasoning, and you can rip out a hearty meal for 100 people.
In a minute. Nothing to it.
And there you have it. A recipe right off the top of his head from Uncle Bubba himself. And actually, if you're on my website, you can just click that button right there and you can print out that. Listen to me. I'm getting a southern accent from being around you. Oh, no, I promise I won't say y'all. But you can print out the recipe and you can pretend you're here on Turner's Creek, just outside of Savannah, Georgia, with me and Uncle Bubba.